What's up, boys? This is RoderMMBet, and this is arguably the most comprehensive and profitable betting channel on YouTube. I have experience of betting MMA and the UFC for more than 9 years, and I'll be here sharing my betting strategy for the upcoming events. And in this case, I'll be doing the full card predictions for UFC Fight Night 188, Brunson versus Holland, or UFC Vegas 22. I'll be soon telling how I'm betting this card and give you guys the full breakdowns, so please bear with me until the end. Also, if you'd like to hear the past results. Before proceeding, this cannot be regarded as any guarantees or any investment of any type, alright? So if there's a disclaimer in the description, feel free to take a look at it before proceeding. And if this is helpful for you, and consider supporting the channel, I have set up my Patreon account and my PayPal account for international donation. There's also my VIP list. I'll be touching all of this in the end. Alright, give this video a thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing here, please subscribe and share with your friends. Guys, to be honest, this is gonna be a quite tricky fight to bet, it seems to me, because yet the lines have not yet been released. So it's me here playing a little bit of a handicapper. So far, I'll be putting my money only in one fight. That would be JP Buys versus Bruno Silva. So let me also take a moment here to explain how to use this spreadsheet and how my handicapping part play here. I'll be soon showing the breakdowns. I have percentages that I'm considering that these guys can win. But in these two first columns here, it's the lines that I would be willing to take if I find them, right? Doesn't mean that I have these lines. It means that I would be playing these fighters if I find these lines, right? So the closest to what I wanted was JP Buys. I wanted to bet him at like minus 170, something like this. But I got it minus 200, so it's close enough to me. I'll be putting a small bet there. But for the rest of the cards, I haven't found anything close enough to me, or at least that I feel confident. For example, I would be betting Julija Avila if I could get her at plus 130, but she's minus 300, so I'm not putting my money there. I would be betting Julija Storialenko, would find her at plus 350, but she's like plus 250, so it's not enough for me. So this is how to read this spreadsheet. This is the lines that I would be playing. And this is the actual lines that I find nowadays in bookies. And why this is interesting? Because these odds are not yet defined. This card's only for the end of March, so the lines may change quite a bit. So stay tuned for that. I'm gonna be dropping comments whether I'm adding any extra bets here, but this is basically my rationale to how I'm gonna bet, alright? And this would be in the future the prop bets that I will be taking. If I find them, it doesn't mean that they are out there. It means that once the prop bets are released, if I find anything that I'm putting here, I'm going to be taking those bets. Alright, so this is basically my betting strategy, and in the end I will talk about it more in regards of the VIP list. Alright guys, so let me break this card down for you guys, and then you guys can also take this to your own advantage to make your own analysis. Alright, so I'll be starting off actually from the bottom up, so give me a second here just to move this. Alright, so the first fight I'll be covering is the fight that I'm betting, JP Buys versus Bruno Silva. And guys, I'll be trying to make quite short here, this analysis, not to extend this video too much. Buys, he's a very young guy, 23 or 24 years old, that has evolved a lot throughout his career. He's used to be a very strong wrestler, like a Greco-Roman wrestler, great top game, great control, very good transitions and submissions, dangerous guys from top, super good control, tough to take this guy out of you. So he's definitely a grappling expert, but this guy is evolving so much that in his last fight, which was very short, I could see great potential on the striking, but still I haven't seen enough. That's why I'm kind of considering what he showed in the past, and I'm giving him 3 stars from the striking, both offensively and defensively. The reason is that he does a pretty good job, in throwing some hooks. He's not afraid to stand his ground, to swing. But it's not disregarding his last fight, which again I think he showed great potential. But prior to that, it was more like I said, it was more like brawling oriented, trying to set up his takedowns. In terms of defense is not that excellent too, So I'm giving him 3 stars here. It doesn't move much, gets hit quite a bit, this type of things, all right? And in terms of game plans, he's bringing good game plans recently. Like I said, very tough guy to deal with the Greco-Roman wrestling, and he's definitely a tough guy committed to his career. So I'm giving him 5 stars for the package of heart, use, size, toughness, training camp, and whatnot. Okay, so he's 5-star here. Bruno Silva, very tough guy himself. In terms of striking, 3 stars because he doesn't have the range. He throws like wild shots. Not bad, you know, he's got some power. But it comes in straight lines more often than not, you know. Also defensively, kind of holds the ground too much, tries to swing because he trusts a little bit his power and he doesn't have much range, so he kind of has to do it. But still, it's not that excellent or not that technical, so I'm going to give him 3 stars here. Very good in the grappling game, especially offensive, you know. Dangerous guys with this, not that dangerous with the submissions, but pretty good top control, can wrestle a little bit, single leg to body locks, double legs, pretty good there, you know, can control guys, has some good BJJ, so 4 star for him. Defensive, I haven't seen much, to be honest, so this is some quite poor judging from my side, but I'm gonna be judging what I saw, so I'm giving 3 stars. I don't think he has the best takedown defense in the world. I don't think also he, you know, grapples active enough from his back. So you guys can see here clearly that to me JP Buys is the grappler in this matchup. Alright. In terms of game plan, pretty good. He knows what he's doing and a pretty tough guy. I'm not giving him 5 star because he doesn't have the size. You know, I think also he's been KO'd once. Not much, but still. I'm gonna give him 4 star here. For Buys, he has to basically use his wrestling, you know, get inside with the calf kicks. He can kick way more than Silva because he's the way better wrestler. So basically take the fight to the ground, go to work. For Silva, it's quite tough. So to me, he has to use also the calf kicks. He has very good calf kicks. And make this guy work. You know, the best way is to defend those takedowns, get quickly back up, make him get tired by not getting the takedowns, and then keep going to, you know, make a dog fight, keep going for the calf kicks and try to edge a decision there. So guys, this would be my odds. This is an addition that I'm putting on my analysis. This may help some of you. So in here you guys can see that I have Buys winning this from 60 to 75%. There is a range here, basically because it will depend a lot on how well Silva will come ready with the takedown defense, plus how well Buys improved on the striking. If Buys bringing the better striking, as I am expecting, this could easily raise to 75% favorite in my opinion. But Silva comes ready, he has the takedown defense ready, you know, scrambles back up pretty quickly. Buys doesn't have the best striking, Silva can bang on the feet, etc. Silva could be a 40%, you know, chances to win this fight. And these are basically a rough calculation that I would have on my odds, alright? And then basically I use this to define if I'm gonna be betting or not, plus the other part of the spreadsheet that I showed. So basically I think Buys is a decent favorite here. I'm putting my money on him at minus 200. And also these would be the prop bets that I'll be taking. And the rest here, guys, these are comments that I add. Feel free to pause the video here so you can read this and help in your analysis, alright? So to the next fight, Dawson versus Leonardo Santos. Awesome fight, guys. This is a high-level matchup. The young lion versus the old lion. So Dawson, it's similar to what I'm saying about the JP Buys. I'm judging him not only based on his last fight, which he looked with great improvements. So if he brings again this new wave of improvements, I think he could easily go to 4 star on the offensive and defensive striking. But still I'm giving 3 because he can throw some straight punches, but he used it to be quite slow on the feet, you know, not the best choices of attack, naked kicks, this type of things, you know, not that much power, not that much accuracy. So I'm giving him 3 stars. On the defensive part, he didn't used to move a lot, so he kind of gets hits quite a bit, chin up. I was giving him 3 stars because he still could bang a little bit and he could swing with his opponent. But on the last fight I saw some great improvements, the guy moving his head better, you know, hitting angles, trying to time the opponents. So he's definitely a force in this division. I think this guy gonna show up with great improvements. I think this will go easily to 4 star. Right, but still I'm gonna be judging what I saw. This is 3 stars for him at this point. In terms of grappling, this guy is an excellent grappler. He used it to fight in the featherweight. This matchup is in the lightweight, so there is something to consider there, that he may be a little bit smaller, especially compared to Leonardo Santos. But still, he's a beast in terms of getting inside, you know, hitting takedowns. He can chain wrestle with the single legs, with the doubles, the body lock. He can trip you, you know. He can land in advanced positions like side control, half guard. He's good taking the back. He's good in putting the pressure, landing ground and pound, attacking chokes. I'm not giving 5 star because I want to see a little bit more improvements on the wrestling part. he does a pretty good job. He's at a high level, but still not elite. So I think he's gonna get the 5-star soon because he's improving again a lot. And in terms of defensive, I like his defense. He has pretty good takedown defense. He's active from his back, but still is not at elite level, so I'm giving 4-star for him here, right? And guys, this guy has excellent game plans. He's training under Glory MMA Fitness, under James Krause, great training camp. This guy is really bringing very good game plans, and he can adapt. He's a very tough guy. I'm giving him 4 stars in this regard, just because he may not have the size in the lightweight division, and but we'll see. He can easily, you know, turn out to be a 5-star guy, you know, great in almost all facets of the game. Leonardo Santos, a guy that is a veteran. This guy has over 20 fights, if I'm not mistaken, you know, just got a blank in the memory here. And this guy, the only problem that this guy is like, he's been around, but he's like 42 now. I think I have it here, 41. So, but this guy's solid. He has very good, you know, hands, sharp with this 1-2. He can bang, you know. He has good left hook. He can swing, you know, with the overhand. He's quite active with the kicks too, you know, to the legs, hip kicks, head kicks. He can kick how much he wants basically because he's such a stellar BJJ player, especially from his back. Super tough to take down. Hits great submissions, you know. So this guy is a force in this regard, you know. He's definitely 5-star here. Super long guy. So super dangerous on the ground and also kicks pretty well. I'm giving him 4-star. Even though he doesn't throw enough, he would be 5-star if he would be more like a volume puncher, you know, like adding more to his aggressiveness, but still he's 4-star, hands down. Defensive too, he's good, you know, with the defense, hitting angles. He's tough to hit. He can, you know, swing with the opponent. This guy is really a very good fighter. In terms of grappling, in the ground as a BJJ player, he's definitely 5-star. I'm not giving 5 here because he doesn't have much wrestling, even though he improved a lot. So 4-star is really, it's a very good rating here because he could be between 4 and 5 stars. All right, good training camp, always in the fight, and a very tough guy. I'm not giving him 5 here because of the age. He's 41, but still, this guy is also elite. He's there, and don't think that he's not gonna come ready. Don't think that this is gonna be his retirement fight. I'm not sure. I don't think it is. And even if it would be, this guy will definitely come out for real. And yeah, this guy is really a solid fighter. Dawson, he has to feint, you know, use lots of calf kicks, jabs. I would like to see Dawson shooting and wearing on Santos because, again, I think at 41 it's quite tough, you know, to play the elite level cardio. But this guy has nothing. I have nothing but respect for Leonardo Santos because he showed every single fight hands down, you know. And yeah, Dawson has to get inside and make it a dogfight. Now for Santos, has to use his range, lots of jabs, use his kicks, you know. Defend the takedowns, make Dawson work for it, and take the front foot and shoot himself, get Dawson to the ground if he can, and hold Dawson there, right? And then attack submissions. My odds, guys, this is a pretty tough fight to call. Could be either way, as you guys see here. Dawson could be the favorite, Santos could be the favorite. It will depend a lot how well Dawson improves on the striking, and if he's really willing to get inside and make a dogfight, and for that he's gonna start eating some shots against the powerful Santos. So Dawson could be nearly a 60% favorite, you know. So to me, he's a small favorite, like 5% more than Santos. But Santos will bring it. I have zero doubt about it. This guy is long, he's powerful, he's technical, and he's gonna come ready. So this would be in average my odds. Okay. So to me, it's a very tricky fight to bet because it's nearly a pick'em now. I don't like much, you know, putting money on Dawson at this level. You know, like maybe Dawson at plus 120 or even higher than that. So it's a tough one for me to bet. But this is the pick. It's Dawson by decision. I will be taking a look on these prop bets after they're released. And these are my comments, guys. Feel free to stop and read it. And pause the video and read it. And I think they're worth your time. On to the next fight, Trevin Giles versus Dricus du Plessis. Giles, a guy that you know, has some flashes of greatness. You know, he can sometimes make you some wows out of you. You know, he can get inside. You know, be fast. So lots of hooks, throw some knees inside, you know, use some good kicks. But it's like flashes. He doesn't have much consistency. He comes more in straight lines with the chin up more often than not. Defensively, he can also swing. You know, he can use some fast footwork here and there. But in a broad term, it's like 3 stars, guys. He's not like elite or anything. You know, he can use to get hit here too. You know, chin up. he has a strong chin, but still, I think 3 stars for him is really, I think it's the fair rating. In terms of grappling, I'm giving him 4 stars just because he's very good in the clinch. Once he gets guys there, he's really good holding. The guys there landing knees, he can hit some takedowns inside, he can grapple a little bit from top, he can float, he can defend submission, so it's not bad, he can land ground and pound too. I'm giving him 4 stars. And in terms of defensive, he's not the best, he's not easy to hold down, but that's pretty much it. Doesn't have much technique to stand back up, make mistakes, so I'm giving him 3 stars here. Not the best game plans either, even though I'm giving 4 stars, which is not bad because he can adapt in fights, he can bring it. So it's a 4 star between his game plans and his toughness and this package, because again, it's not that consistent. I think this is the problem of Giles. He has some flashes of things. Some fights he show up like one of the best fighters. The other fights he's just disappoints. So I think I'm giving him 4 star here. It could be even 3.5. This type of things. All right. So yeah, I think this is my analysis for Trevin Giles. Dricus is a guy that is heavy-handed, but on the offensive part doesn't throw enough. He can, it's quite similar to Trevin Giles. They regard it. Once he goes, he's very dangerous. He gets some flurry of punches in. He has power, like I said, good straight punches. He goes with the uppercuts, with the knees inside. Once he corrals the opponent, he starts swinging. He's dangerous, but it is not consistent enough. So that's why I'm giving 3 stars. In terms of defensive, sometimes he times very well a left hook and an overhand, but again, it's just at times, and he's not that consistent. It's not super technical. He used it to get hit too, chin up. He doesn't react well when he gets hit. So 3 stars is definitely good enough here. He's more like a grappler. From the top, he's pretty good. Floating from top, defending submissions, landing around the pound, passing the guard, taking the back. Pretty good there. I don't like much his wrestling. That's why he's 4 star. He cannot chain wrestle too much. It's more like a double leg, and then he tries something. If he can't accomplish, then he falls back. On the defensive part, he's pretty good. Takedown defense, quite active from his back, but still not stellar. Still not at an elite level. So 4 star for him. He's a pretty good grappler, as you guys can see. In terms of game plans, pretty decent. He used it to have good bouts there, good experience, good game plans. He does a quite good job in this regard. And also he's a quite tough guy, despite not having the best chin in the world. Has not yet been tested, but I don't like the way he gets hit, so that's why I'm not giving him 5 stars here. So it's quite similar to Trevin Giles in this regard. That's actually what I wanted to show here, all right? So for Giles, he has to basically use the calf kicks, as a weapon, avoid the clinch and the takedown, preserve the energy, has his blitz, swing hard in a dog fight, and be careful with the takedowns, basically, for Giles. And for Plessis, I think he can kick much more because he's the better grappler. And also try to clinch, try to bring the fight to the ground, and use his flurries when Giles misses, and more often, that's what basically Plessis has to do, in my opinion. Another fight that it's tough to tell what's gonna happen. I could have any of these guys as favorite guys. Sorry about this. I'm just fixing this now. I could easily have any of these guys as favorite. I'm going with Giles, and I have it by decision, right? Because I think he can have these flurries more often than not. He can corral Plessis, and Plessis gets hit, he doesn't react too well. So I think Giles has a small advantage in this regard. But it's nothing like I'm super confident on Giles, as you guys see here. Plessis, another guy that has some flashes of greatness, especially on the ground, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to bring there. He has good left hook, powerful hands, but he doesn't use quite enough. He's still a developing fighter. So, yeah, guys, I think it's a tough fight to call. Again, I'm kind of 50-50 here in the way the lines, the odds are. I'm not taking a bet on this fight. So my pick is Giles by decision. I will take a look on prop bets once they are released. These would be the numbers that I'm looking for. This would be plus 3,000. And obviously feel free to pause here this video, and you guys can take a look at it. Let me just fix this one real quick. Alright, so feel free to pause here. You guys can read these comments. I think they're worth your time, and they may help you when your decision. Alright. Julija Avila versus Storialenko. let me just fix this one here, guys, because I copied this from previous slides, and sometimes I forget to fix. Give me a second. So moving on here, Julija Avila versus Storialenko. Avila, I'm giving her 3 stars in the offensive and defensive striking. The reason is she's coming straight lines, you know, chin up, can swing a little bit, she's got good power, but she likes techniques, you know, she kind of does always the same combinations, like 1-2 forward, then the girl steps back, then she swings and go for the clinch. So it's pretty predictable, she doesn't feint a lot, but still I'm giving 3 stars because she has good power. Defensively wise, she holds the ground and swings, that's basically what she does. She tries to move the head and try to slip the first strike, not always can. So I'm giving 3 stars because, again, she has power and she can swing with the opponent. In terms of grappling, she's pretty decent too, you know. I mean, she's quite even good from the top, you know, in terms of grappling, but not much wrestling, you know. She doesn't quite use, you know, an offensive takedown in the right timing. She makes mistakes from top too, you know, kind of leave the hands on the ground. I don't know, this kind of mistakes that eventually people make, you know. So she's not like an elite wrestler, neither a grappler, you know. So I'm giving her 3 stars. In terms of defensive, same idea. Has some takedown defense, but not the best. She kind of forgets to get the underhooks, head control. So she gets taken down, not the most active girl from the back. So 3 stars here for her. The game plan part 2, guys, like I said, she fights basically always the same style. It's a pretty consistent style, and he got girls with that because, again, she's tough, she's strong, she's big, she's powerful, but still not the best game plans, guys. Again, 1-2 swings, go for the clinch, you know, try to take the girl down, you know, with her strength, whatever she has, and she ground and pound, you know. So pretty predictable. I'm giving her 3 stars, but I give on her that she has a good cardio, she has a big she's a big girl for the division, she's very tough, so I'm giving her 4 star here. Storialenko, she's a little bit, you know, not the best fighter in the world, to be honest, you know. In terms of striking, it's even more poor than Avila. She doesn't have the power. She comes in straight lines, you know, throw weird strikes, 1-2, hangs in the pocket, gets hit, and then she tries some weird naked kicks, you know, so she's quite poor there. Defensive-wise, it's quite similar to Avila. She has got some power, she likes to swing, not bad timing on the overhand, so I'm giving 3 stars for her here. It's quite generous for these 2 girls here, to be honest, on this regard. Offensive ground and wrestling, this part, again, not the best, guys. Doesn't have much wrestling. She's not super active with the ground game. She can, you know, float a little bit from top. She can grapple. She can take some submissions, take the back and whatnot. But she lacks the wrestling, and she still makes mistakes, so I'm giving her 2 stars here. On the defensive part, she's a little bit better because she's an armbar specialist. She likes to pull guard. She has a very good armbar and quite decent guillotine, but that's pretty much it, you know. She kind of pulls guard all the time. So if Avila comes with the armbar defense like I'm putting here, I think Julija Storialenko gonna have a hard time, you know, because that's basically what she does. She arm bars, and from there she tries to sweep, or sometimes she tries the guillotine, like I said. All right, so she's also pretty predictable, you know. Basically, she tries to get the armbar on her fights, but she's a tough girl, so quite similar to Julija Avila in this regard. So Avila has to use the straight shots, you know, swing on her, use her superior power, her superior hands. Avoid the clinch and defend the armbar. Storialenko, she has to bring to the ground. You know, she's not the best grappler, but still, I think she has to bring to the ground because I think from the top she has the advantage over Avila, as Avila would have the top advantage maybe, but the problem is the armbar again. So still, I think Storialenko has to bring to the ground is her best choices. And if she can take her to the ground, pull guard, go for the armbar, use the clinch and go for the armbar, because that's what she has to do. That's what she's the best at. All right. So in terms of odds, you know, Avila to me, it's not that strong favorite as people are thinking, and Storialenko to me like a plus 140 would be fair. But guys, I don't know. It's quite a weird fight to bet, you know. I'm not convinced on Storialenko, even though I'm not giving her, you know, I don't think she's that of an underdog as she is on the lines. Either way, I don't know. I don't trust much these girls. To me, you know, it's kind of weird to bet this. I think Avila should win, but Yeah, guys, maybe Storialenko by submission. This would be, I think, the best bet. Is something that will be taking a look if I can find this line, possibly round 1 submission. Or go for these girls by decision. You know, I think Avila, she's got some power, but Storialenko is tough enough to take lots of shots and not get finished. You know, so Avila by decision is the pick, and always feel free to stop here. Take a look on these comments. I think they're worth your time. Hansen versus Cheyanne Buys. Hansen, she's a 3-star striker, you know. Actually, the mistakes that and the rating here, they're quite similar, because Hansen, she's tried to use the jabs and the straight shots, but she does more often than not. She hangs in the pocket. Also, she doesn't have the biggest reach, neither the biggest power in the world. So I'm giving her 3 stars because she has some technique, even though she makes some mistakes. On the defensive part, she can you know, move a little bit, but she doesn't quite swing with the opponent, you know, doesn't time well her strikes, doesn't counter much, more like backs up until it's her turn to strike again. So I'm giving her 3 stars because she's quite tough to hit. This girl is a very good wrestler though, you know, she has good single leg doubles, body locks, can chain wrestle, leg trips. From the top can grapple a little bit, land some ground and pound, so 4 star because it's not elite yet. Defensive grappling too, you know, she can defend good takedowns. She's quite active from her back. You know, she can hit sweeps. So she's pretty good there, you know, give her that. So 4 star here. And quite good game plans. She's also very young, you know. She's not the biggest for the division, but still, she's quite young, quite strong. I'm giving her 4 stars in both of these parts. Not bad experience, good training camp, good game plans, and quite tough girl, like I said. So 4 star for here. Cheyanne, she's like a good offensive striker. I got a little bit impressed with her hands. Has good power, you know. Likes to use the straight shots, like to hit some angles, avoids the counter, comes again. So it's a good flow in her movements. Good power, like I said. On the defensive part, she's not the best because she gets hit quite often. But still, she's a very intense and tough girl. She's there to swing. So 3 stars for her here, just because she's not yet technical enough to hit the angles and do a little bit better, but she has the toughness to swing, you know. So a little bit opposite than Hansen. Hansen likes to avoid the shots, and then she comes in. Now Cheyanne, she's more like plants her feet and swings. That's what she does, you know. But again, she has good power, so I'm giving her 3 stars here. Pretty decent wrestler, not bad at all. You know, she's also a good grappler. But if I'm gonna compare to Hansen, she's 1 level below. So I'm giving Hansen 4 star here, Cheyanne 3. And then defensive part, she's pretty good. She has good takedown defense. She's very tough to hold down. Not the most active from her back, but still she has some BJJ. So yeah, 4 star for her, hands down. And it's quite similar comments in regards of experience, of use, of power, of you know, will and heart. Pretty even here. I actually think that Cheyanne is a little bit tougher. She has a little bit more heart than Hansen, but we'll see in this fight. All right. So Hansen has basically to, you know, frustrate Cheyanne until she overcommits, and then she has to shoot and make it a grappling match. And Cheyanne has to basically use her superior power, the accuracy of the right hand, throw more volume, use her superior range to straight shots, and has to defend takedowns. And like I said, straight shots and defend takedown. I think that's basically what Cheyanne has to do, and keep calm, you know, because this girl, if Cheyanne gonna make mistakes, Hansen gonna take her to the ground. Gonna be quite difficult from there, even though she has good takedown defense and whatnot. All right. So guys, this may be an interesting fight to bet, to be honest, because I think this is nearly a close fight. I'm going with Hansen. The line hasn't yet been released, you know, so I may be taking a bet on Buys because I think people gonna come like more hyped on Hansen, but we'll see, you know. I think Cheyanne Buys at this range, plus 130, plus 150, at least from my end, would be a very good bet. So the pick is Hansen by decision. This will be the prop bets that I'll be taking. And these are the comments that I think that's worth your time. You can pause the video here. Adrian Yanez versus Gustavo Lopez. Yanez is an elite offensive striker, guys. Lots of straight shots, calf kicks. This guy avoids the counter. He keeps coming. He goes to the body. He has good power. He has good volume. It's very tough to deal with this guy in the striking department. He's also not small. For the division in terms of he's quite tall and quite rangy, you know, so definitely 5 star. He's an elite offensive striker. On the defensive part, he's not bad. He has good head movement. He hits angles well. Still, he gets hit a little bit more than I would like, so that's why I'm giving him 4-star, because he used to plant his feet too much. But still, he's a very good counter striker. You know, he's very dangerous again because he has good power. Not grappling is not much his thing, even though he can, you know, use the clinch pretty well. He can hold guys there, you know, swing in the clinch on the break. In terms of defensive grappling, he developed a lot takedown defense because he's so good here. He always wants to keep the fight standing. Pretty tough fight guy to take down. Tough to hold down, but not much technical escapes. That's why he's 4-star here. Good game plans, you know. Actually, I'm not giving 5 stars because he always, you know what he's gonna do, even though it's super tough to deal with. I'm giving him 4-star for this regard. He doesn't adapt much, even though he doesn't need it. That has to be said. And pretty tough guy, you know. But I'm not giving 5-star. I'm yet to see him prove his chin, prove his endurance and his toughness. Okay, but I definitely think he's minimum 4-star here. Gustavo Lopez, on the offensive part, he's pretty good actually. You know, even though he doesn't have much range, he does a good job, you know, with the jab. I got impressed with his jab, you know, hits good angles with the jab, keeps jabbing, and then he gets into opponent's face. Swings hard, hits angle. Not bad flow. I'm not giving 5-star because not as good as Adrian Yanez, you know. Not much power. Some power, but not that much power. He has to use more swings because he doesn't have much range, so I'm giving him 4-star. On the defensive part, he avoids most of the shots, but still he gets hit and he doesn't counter much, I think. I'm actually trying to remember this part because I saw this fight quite a while ago. Yeah, so probably he either backs up too much or he swings and he gets hit, but I remember him getting hit, so he's 3 stars here. And then in terms of wrestling and grappling on the defensive part, pretty good, you know, has good wrestling, good chain wrestling, can float from top, pretty good ground and pound, but not much a BJJ guy. That's why I'm giving him 4-star, even though I saw him taking the guys back. He doesn't have much length, you know, to really hold the guys there, you know. So 4-star for him here. Defensive, I'm assuming he's 3 stars. I haven't seen much of him defending takedowns, you know, despite his fight against the Georgian guy there. Just got a blank on the name. It's very tough to deal with that guy. So yeah, he got taken down 12 times in that matchup. Means nothing because, you know, the other guy is a monster. But still, I think he doesn't have the best takedown defense, even though he can escape quite well from the bottom. I'm giving him 3 stars here, right? And 4 stars for the game plan and the toughness part. He's a pretty tough guy. He really likes to push the pace and win the fights. Yanez has to use the straight shots, his volume, stuff the takedowns, you know. And like I think I said that, right? Lopez has good hands on the break, so hands up on the break, block the shots and keep coming. Lopez has to bring the fight to the ground, get inside, make it a dog fight, take this guy down, hold him there, you know, and land the ground and pound and like try to make Yanez's life miserable on the mat. So in terms of odds, I was tempted to buy Yanez, but you know, minus 300 he's at now, guys. I think it's too expensive. I'm not gonna be taking that bet. Neither on Lopez. I would like you know, maybe Lopez. Yeah, he would be on the range that I would be expecting, like plus 230. So maybe waiting a little bit here, you know, because I think Yanez should win this fight. He has more chances with the TKO, especially. All right. So the pick is Yanez by TKO. I will be taking these prop bets here. If I'm gonna be betting Lopez, probably gonna be by submission, by decision, like I'm putting here either way decision. But this line maybe not be available. We'll see. All right, so I'll drop comments there. Okay, and always feel free to pause the video here. You guys can take a look. Tuivasa versus Don'Tale Mays. Tuivasa, pretty good offensive striking. Likes to use lots of calf kicks, leg kicks, has good power, you know. Once he gets inside, he starts swinging. He's pretty tough to deal with. He can swing to the body too, so has quite decent volume and good flow to his strikes. On the defensive part, not the best because he gets hit quite a lot. He stands the ground and swings, has good power again, but still, I'm giving him 3 stars. Offensive grappling, I'm giving him 3 stars because he's pretty good on the clinch, you know, on the standing clinch, but he doesn't have much wrestling, even though he can, I think, take the fights to the ground. And maybe I saw that in some fight. But again, more like ground and pound, not much control, not much technique. So I'm giving him 3 stars here. 4-star on the defensive part. He showed some quite good takedown defense. Quite tough guy to hold down. You know, quite athletic despite his looks. You know, so 4-star for him here. I don't like much his game plans. You know, he doesn't have like a solid style. So yeah, not the most experienced guy too. So I'm giving 3 stars here. And in terms of toughness we use in this part, I'm giving 4 stars, a pretty tough guy. No tail males. On the striking part, I'm giving 3 stars, quite generous here, because he uses quite a lot of kicks. You know, he likes to kick from the outside. He likes to use some straight punches. You know, has some flurries at times. He's quite athletic, can throw like flying knees, this type of thing. So it's kind of flashy in this regard. But it's not that consistent, even though he's quite a big guy for the division. I don't think that power translates as you would expect, you know, so it's 3 stars for him here, not that much volume and not that effective. On the defensive part, I'm giving 4 because he's good in maintaining the range, good with the kicks again, with the straight shots. He's quite a tough guy to hit, so I'm giving 4 for him here. Not much wrestling, even though he can wrestle, he can hold the top position and ground and pound. And yeah, 3 stars here, not the most consistent guy, and the same can be said for the defensive part. Like I said, not easy to catch this guy, but still not the most technical takedown defense. Doesn't escape, you know, technically again from the bottom. So 3 stars for him here. Again, same problem. Not much of a game plan. Not a consistent guy. Not effective. So 3 stars for him. And in terms of toughness, quite tough guy. I'll be giving 3 to 4 stars. I think Tuivasa is a little bit tougher than him. All right. So Tuivasa has to use the kicks, you know, he's very good the kick, but throw the leg kicks behind the hand. Tuivasa's problem in the past was that he threw naked leg kicks. I'd like to see him setting that up. And be careful with the flying knees. Yeah, because this guy, he's a tall guy, 6'6", has good knees, right? Keep it at boxing range and use the clinch, you know, use his superior weight. And where on this guy, he's also younger, so I think Tuivasa also has the cardio advantage here. And Mace, and just to rephrase that, Tuivasa definitely has the cardio advantage here, guys. Mace, I don't like much his cardio. He's shown like quite poor cardio, you know, in previous fights. All right, so Mace has to use the long shots, use the head kicks. Has pretty good head kicks, you know. And Tuivasa is a shorter guy, 6 foot, 6'6". Definitely use the head kicks if you're Mace. And be careful with his backing up straight, you know, because what Tuivasa does, he gets inside, he swings hard, so has to use angles and keep jabbing. Okay, guys, this is also not an easy fight to call. Again, Tuivasa should be the favorite. The lines show that, and the problem is of Tuivasa. Yeah, man, I don't know. If he brings the right game plan, like getting to Dante Maya's face, you know, don't mind getting too much hit with the right hand and the body kicks. Be ready with the head kicks. He can be a decent favorite because if he gets inside, I think May is not going to be able to handle it. But still, I have some questions. So to me, it's between 60 to 70% favorite for Tuivasa, but the lines already show that. So I don't know, guys. I'm going to skip this one too. I'm afraid that you know, May is going to... May knows everything that we are saying here. You know, it's not rocket science what I'm doing here, but still... It will depend a lot after he starts getting hit, you know. But I think Mays has improved quite a bit on the game plans. I think he's gonna be able to use side movements, lots of jabs, you know, make it a close fight. So this could be tough to bet. I think that's what I want to say. So the pick is Tuivasa by decision. This line may be an interesting one. I think it may come, you know, because everybody expected heavyweight knock each other out. So these 2 lines, I think they will come to fruition. So I'll let you guys know if I'm going to be taking that bet, alright? And the rest here, feel free to pause the video. You can take a look at it. Jamahal Hill versus Paul Craig. I'm giving 4 stars for Hill in the offensive. Striking, pretty long guy, good volume. He's mainly a 1-2 guy, you know, not much after the 1-2. Maybe one leg kick here and there, body kick. Not impressive, but still he has so much range and so much volume that I think 4 stars is good for him. Oh, he's a 4-star striker. Defensive, he's a guy that holds the ground, you know, good distance management, but he can be hit. He mostly holds the ground and swings, so 3 stars for him here. Grappling is not his thing, even though he has quite decent takedown defense. I think gonna be interesting this matchup, but he doesn't have the best takedown defense, struggles from his back, so 3 stars for him here. It's quite generous, and I'm giving it because he is quite a long guy. Not that athletic, but a little bit, so I think he has a good balance. And I'm giving him 3 stars here. You know what he's gonna do. He doesn't adapt much. And 3 stars here because I wanted him to have better takedown defense and a better clinch game. So I don't like much his on his consistency part. And I'm also giving 4-star here on the size on this regard, because again, he's not yet proven himself. He's not he's a big guy, but not the strongest, not the most athletic. So 4-star for him here. Paul Craig on the offensive striking, it's pretty poor, guys. This guy really makes lots of mistakes. You know, overextend, doesn't have power. He tries to jab, but I think that's pretty much it, and it's not that effective. So I'm giving 2 stars for him. On the defensive part, he's a little bit better because not that easy to hit. He uses some kicks. You know, tries to maintain the range, even though he doesn't have much power, not much angles or technique. 3 stars for him here. And but on the clinch part, he's pretty good on the BJJ. You know, he's good back taking, good controlling opponents on the ground, but doesn't have much wrestling. Not the biggest guy to control the opponents, even though he tries. You know, he's improving a little bit on this regard. He's a little bit stronger than he was when he first started. So I think he's building up his strengths too on his career. But still, I'm gonna be giving 3 stars because it doesn't have much wrestling. Even though the grappling is pretty good, it's also not elite, so it's not like 4-star in the overall. It's like 3 stars. The defensive part is a little bit better because he's not easy to take down. He's good, has very good active ground, good chaining techniques with the triangle and the arm bar, good sweeping opponents. So 4-star for him here. I like his game plans actually. This guy has good game plans. He showed that more often than not. He doesn't have the best striking, like I said, but still, when he has to use it, he uses in the right time. Then he uses his grappling when he should. Pretty good game plan, guys. And also 4 stars here on the X factors. So Hill has to use the straight shots, you know, and defend the takedowns. Don't grapple with Craig. Craig has to do the opposite, you know, get inside, feint, make this guy overcommit, shoot, get inside, make it a dog fight if he cannot, you know, get him down, pull guard, this type of things. All right. So the pick is Hill. I'm picking him by TKO. I think Craig at some point gonna start getting hit, and Hill gonna tee off on him. But guys, this could be nearly 50-50, and the reason is if Craig comes with the hands up, with the chin down, starts hitting angles on Hill, you know, avoid the shots and shoot and keep shooting, he can, you know, take Hill down and hold him there, you know, submit him even. So it's a pretty tough fight to call, to be honest. I may take a bet on Craig, actually, as long as I'm saying here. Let me again take a look on here because... yeah, Paul Craig at plus 180. I may be waiting a little bit just to see if there's more money coming on Jamahal Hill. Yeah, he's not plus 180. You know, maybe Paul Craig at plus 200 range, plus 230. I think I'd like that bet. Maybe I'll take this bet. I'll let you guys know in the comments. But still, as of now, let's see how this goes. You know, and I'm picking Hill by TKO. This will be the prop bet that I'll be interested in. All right. So Kenan versus Max Griffin. Kenan is a good striker, you know, in the offensive part. I like the way he uses the straight shots, the head kicks, you know, pretty good kicker, fast there. The defensive part, he's not the best. He gets hit quite a bit, you know. On the offensive grappling, it's more like a clinch game that he has, even though from top he can land some ground and pound, can pass the guard a little bit, you know. Even though he makes some mistakes, doesn't have the best wrestling, so I'm giving him 3 stars. On the defensive part, again, I think this guy is quite athletic. He's quite strong for the division, so it's 3 stars because he has some takedown defense, but not the best, not the most technical grappler. So 3 stars for him here. In terms of game plans, actually doesn't have much of a game plan. He kind of comes to use his superior striking, but it has worked him more often than not, so I'm giving him 4 stars because he can complement a little bit, you know, using his quite decent defense here. And this is a very tough guy, guys. He's a tough guy. He comes forward, and I like his toughness here. Okay, and Griffin on the offensive part, even though he has good range, it's quite predictable what Griffin gonna do. He's gonna come in straight lines, gonna get to the face, try to swing it, and he falls to the clinch. That's what basically he does. Not much feints, even though he tried to improve recently. It's still 3 stars, could be 4, you know, so he's improving there. But still, I think Kenan is a little bit better in this regard. But Griffin is tougher to hit, you know, he uses better his footwork. He's more athletic, not more athletic, but at least he uses the footwork better than Kenan. better angles, you know. So I'm giving this guy 4-star. He can also time jabs, you know, time the opponents with his own counters. On the wrestling part and the grappling, I'm giving 4-star because he's very good in the clinch. He's good holding guys there, landing knees. He can wrestle a little bit, you know. And when he does, he holds the top position for quite a while. He keeps shooting, so he has this tenacity part, even though he's not super technical on the wrestling, neither on the BJJ part. I think he deserves 4-star because he's pretty tough and a pretty big guy and can hold guys there in the clinch. And on the defensive part, this guy has very good balance, good takedown defense, tough to hold down. Even though, again, it's not super technical on the BJJ, I think he's tough to hold this guy down and he deserves 4-star. All right. And in terms of experience, he's a very experienced guy, good game plans. You know, he brings it when he comes to the cage, so that's why he also got 5 stars here. All right. So Kenan has to use the kicks. You know, he's a very good kicker. Where did I put it? Yeah, I think I didn't put it here, but he has to use basically with the head kicks here, body and head kicks. Yeah, I'm sorry. So he has to push the pace, you know, keep throwing, and keep going for the head kick. You know, it's the best, his best weapon, and I think he can really do damage with that. And the Griffin has to basically hold him on the clinch, use this part to his advantage, use his superior strengths. You know, his cardio. He brags a lot about his cardio, and he definitely has, you know, an elite cardio. And get to his face after frustrating this guy, after he misses, get inside, throw the flurry and clinch. Okay, so the pick is it's kind of 50-50 here, guys. I ended up picking Song, but it's definitely tough to call because, you know, Song Kenan is a guy that has a better flow with his strikings, and if he comes ready with the underhooks, try to escape quickly from the cage, he's arguably the favorite because, again, he has a better flow of strikings. But Max Griffin, on the other hand, it's tough to deal with this guy. You know, he's always in the fight. He's gonna clinch. You know what he's gonna do, and it's pretty tough to stop. You know, so I'm back and forth here, guys. I think at the end I'm gonna go with Song Kenan by decision. But like I'm putting here, this is either way, and I would go either way this decision prop bet or even either way TKO. Okay, and like I said, tough to call. I'm giving a small edge of Kenan because of the head kicks, to be honest, you know. But again, tough to call. You could easily say that Griffin is the favorite because of those of the wrestling and the control. All right. And then the main event, Kevin Holland versus Derek Brunson. Holland improved a lot throughout his career. I'm giving him 4-star on the striking. He likes to use lots of volume on the outside, lots of head kicks, tip kicks, knee stomps, you know, straight shots. He also can get inside and swing and bang. He's quite young and he has good power. You know, it doesn't look like a powerful guy, kind of skinny, but still, he somehow, when he swings, he shows that he has power. You know, he catches guys. Also inside the distance, he's pretty good. You know, with the elbows and etc. So 4-star for him. He's a very good striker. Defensive striking also, guys. This guy is tough to hit, super long, 80 inches. He's super tall. Lots of straight shots, can go to the body, can throw kicks. Again, tough to hit, so 4-star for these guys, hands down. Not the best grappler, not the best wrestler. Even though, actually, from when he's grappling, he's pretty good. Actually, let me do one thing. Let me give you 4 stars on the defensive. He definitely deserves it because he improved quite a bit on the takedown defense. It's tough to hold down. He can, even though he can sit a little bit too much on his guard, I'm gonna still be giving 4-star for him. I'm not giving 4 on the offensive part because it doesn't have much wrestling. Even though the grappling is pretty good, you know, if he gets top position, he can grapple a little bit. Okay, I like his game plans. He showed that, you know, awesome game plans against Jacare. I was back and forth on Jacare's fight. I picked Holland, but I bet Jacare, so I lost my bet there. He impressed me with his takedown defense, with his preparation. So this guy is a force. Don't get it wrong, not just hype. You know, has a big mouth and etc. People may dislike this guy as a person, but he's definitely an excellent fighter. This guy gonna be a force in the upcoming years. Okay, so 5-star for him on the consistency, experience, game plan, etc. And a super tough guy. You know, he went to war with Thiago Santos. He didn't get knocked out. This guy is also very tough, guys. Now Derek Brunson, I'm giving 3 stars on the offensive strike, even though he has good power, especially of the overhand left. He's a southpaw. Guys, it's more like a single strikes, you know, he impresses with the head kick too, but that's pretty much it, you know, it's not that much volume. And when he gets inside, it's also pretty dangerous when it starts teeing off, but doesn't happen that often, so 3 stars for him. Defensive-wise, also holds the ground too much, gets hit, not the best reflexes any longer, so 3 stars for him. Excellent wrestler though, not getting 5-star here because he doesn't have grappling, but the wrestling is elite, you know, he's a very strong wrestler, can hold guys down, you know, land ground and pound, can hold top position also, you know, he can even pass the guard and this type of things, you know, he has some grappling. Again, I'm not giving 5 because it's not elite, but still, this guy is very, very good, you know, with the wrestling. And he's nearly impossible to take this guy down, you know, I think he hasn't been taken down in the UFC yet, or maybe, no, I think he hasn't been taken down yet, so 5-star because I'm sure that if he gets taken down, he's gonna really quickly get back up, so I'm giving 5 here, even though not gonna be a factor in this matchup. And not the best game plans, guys, because he doesn't have much volume, and I think he should use his wrestling more often. He doesn't do as much as I would like, so 4-star here, and I don't think he's the best, you know, hard to win the fights, this type of thing, so 4-star for him here too. So Holland has to basically be careful with the takedowns and use the straight shots, you know. And if something goes wrong, getting to Brunson's face, you know, I think the superior athlete, not the superior athlete, but at least he's younger and he's a little bit tougher than Brunson in my opinion. Now Brunson has to feint, draw the attack, you know, use the kicks because he's the wrestler in this matchup. I don't think Holland even may be trying to take Brunson down, but I don't think Holland can take Brunson down. So I think this guy can kick how much he wants. And keep kicking the arm. If he kicks Holland's arm, I think he can slow Holland's punches down, which is going to be very interesting. And should take top position and go physical on the clinch. You know, I think on the control part, this guy is very good. You know, even though Holland is better in terms of doing damage, Brunson is better with the control. Okay. This would be my odds for this matchup, guys. I think Holland could be a strong favorite again if he brings the right game plan, which is likely. I think Holland gonna prove himself in this matchup. If he wins in a decisive fashion, we can be pretty convinced that this guy is for real. So I'm varying between 55 to 70% chance that Holland gonna win this fight. So this would be the line. And for Brunson, between 30 and 45%. And the reason is if Brunson starts taking Holland down, Holland cannot, you know, stop or get Brunson out of him. Brunson is really has great chances to win this fight, right? So it's Holland by decision. This would be the pro bets that I'll be interested in. Take a look on this Brunson live bet. I don't know, guys, because Holland he used it to have to start fast and slow down. It's a 5-round fight. Brunson's a guy that doesn't start fast at all, so this may be interesting. I don't know. Let's see how much damage Brunson takes in the first round. And rather than that, I think by decision it's tough to tell who's going to win if it gets to this part. But I think Holland is quite a decent favorite. Okay? So guys, like I said in the beginning, this is a card that is a little bit tougher to bet in my opinion, at least at the current lines. These lines may change quite a bit. I'm still interested to see how the line's going to come into Kai Hansen and Cheyanne Buys. I think this is a nearly... it's quite close fight, you know. I put it here that I would be willing to bet Buys at plus 250, but I may change this. Maybe plus 200 will be more than enough. Yeah, but we'll see how this line comes out. Okay? And guys, just to wrap this up and with the results from the previous card, I'm recording this fight on 16th, so this card on the 16th of February. That's everything up to date. UFC Fight Night 184. I got like nearly 5% profit of my total betting money, so it gave actually 132% profit on the event, so it was pretty good, you know. And yeah, I got the dog. I don't quite remember now, you know, but you guys can take a look at the video of the fight card if you want to double check that. LFA was a pretty decent card. I got Fabio Sharan there, but I missed the John Roche Cop, something like this. So it came to me less than 1.5% of my money, but in terms of percentage, it was 36%, and I got the bet on Sharan. And UFC 258 last week. The biggest bet that I had was Poliana Viana. She crashed pretty good, You know, even though I lost on Macy Barber, that I had quite a big bet there, still I came on top, nearly 605% of my money, which gives 53% profit. Yeah, and yeah, this is the overall stats here for me. So for this year, actually starting pretty good. I have almost 260% profits, summing all the events for the year. You know, and it's nearly 60% here in terms of the correct bets. And this gives me 43.3% of profit per event, or nearly 52 per month. Okay, so this is in terms of the charts, how I'm doing. On January, small profit. On February, doing much better. We'll see until the end of the month. Okay, and just to finalize this video, guys, my last message to you. So I just wanted to thank you all, guys, for the support here. You guys see the effort that I'm putting on this and trying to make the comprehensive breakdown with some decent amounts of information. You know, don't want to extend this forever, like this video nearly 1 hour, but still I'm trying to do my best here to be concise and you know, to show I'm doing things so you guys can gain confidence there, you know, and hopefully maximize your profits or avoid your losses. And also would like to thank some folks that reach out to me, wanting to support me, send me the international donation, wanting to, you know, connect with me in a more personal level. I appreciate that, guys. I think this keeps me going. This also obviously helps me to keep motivated to put these things online. I'm basically doing this for you guys, you know, because from my end I know what I'm doing, and I don't need any of this, right? But definitely to put these things out there and get some support, I'm happy with you. Okay, so just to close this out, again, I have the PayPal in the description. I have the Patreon, which doesn't have any contact, but still, if you want to support me on a regular basis, it's there. Also, the VIP list part, how does it work? You guys let me know that you're interested in a private message or drop me an email, and we can make it work from there. Basically, it's access to the spreadsheet. You guys can run it and check it whenever you want, and my comments, plus the personal attention. You know, like if you have any doubts, if you want to my opinion, should I do this, should I do that, what do you think, does it make sense, does it make it, what should I do in this case, how much money, etc. You know, so this would be part of the VIP list. There's a cost involved, so I'd recommend it if you bet more than 5K a month, so it's worth it. But either way, if you're interested, let me know. And since I'm still starting these things, I think I'm more open to, you know, to try things. So definitely let me know. Okay, guys, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed. This is Roder Bet, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.